Leslie Gray, the King's Jockey. This is the prelude, and what happens in this is that Bertie's horse runs into a suffragette protester, and the prelude here works as an opening to a book. My comments are therefore going to be editorial rather than architectural, and I want to start by saying why it works. In terms of structure, I'm not often a fan of preludes or prologues, but this one has a clear purpose. If you look at the subtitle, this immediately locates the historical significance of the story. The prelude reminds the reader of an event in the collective consciousness, and the suffragette collision with a royal horse is going to be the subject of the story. And in historical novels, very little knowledge can be assumed, and this is an effective technique for placing the text in time with the minimum of throat clearing. And within the prelude, the style matches the content. So on page 1, on line 4, for example, there are short, breathless sentences. They match the excitement of the race. On line 7, you have the corner capitalized. It's a special corner at this race course. The language used is comfortable with the privileged specialist information of racing and this particular racetrack. So this elegant use of research or author knowledge creates a sense of authenticity that's reinforced by physical details, such as on the line 9 lines from the bottom, pellets of mud. These have a ballistic force, and they make sure the text involves all the senses, hear, touch. On the next page, page 2, the prelude economically introduces several of the main characters. So it's not just Bertie and the suffragette, but also Bertie's father and Tildy. Now this creates a reader curiosity about these briefly glimpsed characters that later is going to be rewarded in the main story. And then towards the end of page 2 and the top of page 3, that fade out is nicely done, especially at the very end, line 9 on page 3, where Bertie's concussion settles into audible and sensual realities. They anchor the main narrative into the beginning of the next chapter. So that's very effective, and it justifies the prelude by linking it directly to the main story.